Hey guys, beautiful souls. How's everybody doing this evening? I want to thank everybody for tuning in to the Luna Darling Experience. Tonight we will have on my dearest spiritual sister, Nubiana Sterling, and she will be telling us all about the beautiful energy of today, which is the 1111 portal. I hope that you all have been vibrating on a very high frequency today. I hope that you all have been surrounded by positive energy and you have been manifesting and putting out goodness into the universe. Um, as for me, I recently, yesterday, helped the client give birth because, as I did tell you, I'm also a birth doula. And it was just a beautiful, beautiful experience, just helping a mother bring life into this world. It was a very, very, very humbling experience for me, also. And I was very excited and um, very thankful to have been there to help her and assist her. So I am literally on a natural high right now. And I am really excited. And the day has been really, really beautiful for me. I was able to get enough rest, and I took me a nice spiritual bath, and I did a nice meditation. I did some ancestral work as well to assist my ancestors with their healing process because healing them is also healing myself. And so that was very important for me to do, especially on today. Again, today is 11/11, the 11/11 portal. Okay, it is all about you guys vibing high. It is all about you releasing what no longer serves you and bringing forth all the beautiful things that you deserve. Um, Releasing any old traumas, releasing any karmic debts, uh, um, a slew of things that you guys were supposed to be doing today. Definitely tapping in to your team, definitely tapping in with your higher self, as well as with your cosmic family in the cosmos. So today was a very, very good day for you guys to all do that. It's not too late. It's the day is not over. Um, so please take advantage of this energy that is on this plane today that has been surrounding this realm. As we all know, yes, currently there is a spiritual war that is occurring. But however, the thing that always wins, no matter what, is the power of love, the power of high vibration, the power of positivity, always combats the darkness, okay? And so that is why we have to continue to elevate ourselves and continue to be better and continue to heal ourselves um, and tap into the energy that we're supposed to be tapping into on this day. So, again, I am excited to be here. I'm excited to speak to you guys. I'm excited to speak to my spiritual sister whenever she gets in, and for her to educate you guys because she is very knowledgeable about astrology. And I know she has a thousand jewels that she's going to be dropping on us this evening. And I'm excited. So I hope you guys are excited. Please continue to tune in. Um, Again, if you want, you can share to get more people in. But other than that, we just gonna vibe out today. So whoever in here um, at this moment is who is supposed to be in here to receive the knowledge that they will be receiving um, during this podcast episode. Okay, so I appreciate y'all coming in. Um, Again, this is my third podcast episode, and the interviews that I have done thus far. Again, my first interview was with Celestial Unique. My second interview was with Rafiq Muhammad. And this interview is going to be with Nubiana Sterling. My next episode will be with Molly Moss of Immune and Intune CMOS. So you guys definitely tune in for that also. That will be coming up either tomorrow or later on within the week, okay? Um, and yeah, so I'm excited, guys. Excited to bring you guys all this beautiful information and so we can vibe out. If you guys have any questions, please drop your questions in the chat. I'm pretty sure me and Uliana will get to the questions that anybody may have at the time. And yeah, so we just gonna vibe out tonight and that's really it, okay? With some beautiful positive energy. and a loving environment. Okay, so stay tuned, guys. Sister, are you here?
I'm here. Can you
Yes.
see me?
No, I can't see you, gorgeous. I need to see that face.
Hold on, let me see. Okay. Don't know. Okay, let me go out and then I'm gonna come back in.
Okay, cool. Hey, y'all, just be patient with us. It's always some type of malfunction on these apps, honey, but she'll be right back. How's everybody doing this evening? Hope everybody is well. Peace and blessings. There she goes, honey.
Hey,
Sister,
how you doing?
I'm okay. Goddess, how are you doing?
I am well. I'm well. Let me
Awesome.
see if I can- There we
I am
go.
excited to have you on tonight, especially on
Thank
such a
you.
high manifestational day. So we are gonna
Yes.
get this show started, honey. Okay. Are you ready to
I
educate the
think so.
masses?
I think so. I hope they're ready.
That's right, ma'am. That was the answer I was looking for. Okay, sis. So, um, my first question is, how did you get into astrology?
So I got into astrology when I was really little, actually. My
Hmm.
grandma had a book that had Scorpio on the front. So I was like, oh, okay, well, what's this? So I opened it and it had like all of the different zodiacs and everything, stuff I didn't understand. But I
Hmm.
read it anyway. And then from that point on, it was just like, okay, well, I need to know everything. So everything that had astrology in it, I read about it.
Awesome. Beautiful. Okay, so let me ask you this. So when did you notice that you actually had gifts?
So I don't want to say it was like a certain day. It was kind of like a
Okay.
buildup of time. So I didn't
Okay.
really actually know until I was like older. So I want to say, of course, when we're little, we're innocent,
Hmm.
so we're dreaming and we're seeing stuff and we're astral projecting. But
Right.
I want to say I really knew um is when I would start to hear voices, and then like the next minute something would happen. Like something would say, you're about to get into a car accident. And I was like, okay, like what?
Hmm.
And this
Hmm.
like really strong feeling would come over. And I was like, okay, like, over, all right, I need to be like really cautious. So I would like put on my seatbelt.
Right.
And then, like, maybe 10 seconds later, like, we got into a car accident. It was really minor, but it still happened.
It
So
still
I was like,
happened. It's still
okay,
spirit speaking.
right, right.
Hmm.
So I was like, okay, like what's happening? You don't really know what's going on at first, but after a while, you're like, okay, I need to research this.
Right.
Right. And then once you notice
Hmm.
that everybody else, like there's other people and there's a name for it, you're like, oh, shoot, like this is real,
Hmm.
you know?
Right.
So, yeah.
Okay. Well, good answer to that question, sister. Okay, so now I want to get into the significance of today. What is the significance of the 11/11 portal day?
So, the significance is, of course, manifestation.
Hmm.
It's a high vibrational day, of course, because there's master numbers of 11 and 22.
Right.
Okay. Good day for meditation, just good day to be high vibes, to put in your
Hmm.
manifestations to the universe. So
Yes. Yes. I love it. We are vibing high tonight, honey. Vibing
that's
high.
all day, all day.
Okay, so I want to ask you this question. When a person refers to the 11/11 portal, are they actually referring to the energy of the universe, or are they just referring to the energy that we should the energy and the vibration that we should just be on for today?
Um, okay, so I'm just gonna give my opinion. Of course, everybody does not agree with your opinion, but
Right.
whatever. Um, so I would say definitely because they are master numbers, right? We
Mm-hmm.
can get into like the whole numerology thing. I'm not gonna go there because that's a whole nother rabbit hole.
That's a whole
But
nother show we're gonna have you on, honey.
right,
Yeah.
because it is a master numbers, because it is a portal, it doesn't always line up,
Mm-hmm.
right? So you can say that it is the energy of the universe, or you
Okay.
can put it into numerology, whichever it is that you want to do. But because 22 is a master number, and that's a very high vibrational number for manifestation, then you
Mm-hmm.
have 11, and then you have another 11, which is 22 again, So I'm
Again.
like, it's
Right.
double. Like you have four, what, 2, 4, 6, 8. I mean, and then that's
Yeah.
what a number
It's a
for
double
abundance
blessing
and
day.
prosperity. Right. So it's
Right.
like,
Right.
how do you not give reverence to this thing? You know?
Beautiful. Okay, sis. So, all right. So I know we spoke about being high vibrational and being positive and tapping in during meditation and things like that. What do you think will be the ideal mindset that somebody should have today? Should it be a mindset of cleansing? Should it be a mindset of protection? Should it be a mindset of um, manifesting on abundance or prosperity? Or do you think not even to single them out, but to kind of put them all in a circle and kind of focus on everything to tackle everything at once so you can kind of heal better?
I would definitely say all of the above.
Okay.
Um, but I would just go with the energy of yourself. So if you feel like, hey, today would be a great day for me to manifest, I feel like I need to
Mm-hmm.
manifest today, so be it. Protection wise, we're supposed to keep that up all the time. So, with it
Honey.
being a high vibrational day, I would say put your energy into your protection, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, but definitely sitting with your spirit guides, sitting with your ancestors, asking them, hey, is there anything that I need to know today? Because if it's a
Mm-hmm.
portal day, right, that means there's spirits going back and forth all
That's
day, all
right,
day, right?
honey.
So why not call them in and be like, look, it's a high vibrational day. I could talk to you, you could talk to me, probably hear better, see better, you know? So I would definitely
Feel the
focus
energy, transfer
on,
better, right?
right. I would definitely
Mm-hmm.
ask your higher self, like, what is it that I need to focus on the most today? And just be
Mm-hmm.
guided by your higher self. So whatever pops up first, go with that.
Okay. So being we are speaking about higher selves, right? Um, what would be your advice to somebody who has not yet actually tapped into their higher self, but may be curious about doing so?
Um, so I feel like everyone knows, you might not call it your higher self, right?
Mm-hmm.
But everyone knows that you don't just talk to yourself, right? They say, oh, well, you're crazy if you talk to yourself and you answer yourself. No,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. Actually, I'm supposed to. Who else is going to answer me, right? So, so I would definitely say, tune into that inner voice. Let's say that for someone who
Okay.
is not, you know, fully understanding. But I would definitely go with that inner voice. So whatever that voice is first, as in like our
Mm-hmm.
intuition, whatever voice
Mm-hmm.
pops up first, that's going to be your higher self. Okay.
Definitely. All right, sis. Thank you for that. Okay. Alrighty. So I'm gonna kind of get in a little bit into numerology, but not really too much with the next question. So my next
Okay.
question for you is when we do speak about manifesting, right? And the significance of the portal day, and the significance of being high vibrational. I can't help to think about angel numbers, right? Because we do
Mhm.
know that 1111 is also an angel number as well. Um,
Right.
besides being a master number, right? So, do you think personally that angel numbers and dates and times kind of have a connection to the cosmos? Maybe.
Oh, I want to say they definitely have a connection.
Mm-hmm.
Um, right? Because where else will we get that 22 and 1111 is high vibrational, right? I
Right.
would definitely um, try to tune in more to what the energy of the day feels like, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, what, who talked about this question? um,
So, okay, all right, wait. So, all right. So, let me ask you this, right? So, in a sense, right? Um, say if we're not going to use 1111, right, even though we know that 1111 is an Asian number, it's also a master number, it's also the equivalent to 22 as well, right?
mhm,
um if we were to actually break the number down, it's really number one would kind of be the beginning of all, right?
right,
So it's kind of like a new start that people can kind of use today for as well, do you think?
mhm, right. Right. So I would say for 1111, you can also use it as to banish negative energy, right? Or to
Mm-hmm.
get rid of things that no longer serve you, right? Because it's a
Right.
portal, right? So it's like not only can I pull in, but I can also get rid of something, right? Doesn't matter. And
Absolutely.
it is a perfect time because the moon is waning. So
Mm-hmm.
it's always a good time to get rid of until the new moon comes about, right?
Right. Yes.
So like you were saying, the 1111, that's 4, right? So hard work, right? So
Mm-hmm.
what is it that you want to really manifest? You're going to have to put work to it, right?
Absolutely.
Right. And then you have the 2022. So you have
Mm-hmm.
6. So that's self-love, right?
Mm-hmm.
Self-love, self-care, nurturing, harmony. And then you have just the year by itself, 22. So that's 4. So that's still, you have to give actions to your manifestation. So, I mean, it all just
Mm-hmm.
circles back around.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. I like that answer. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So now let's talk about, because I get this question a lot. Now let's talk about the zodiac signs as well as birth charts and how they coincide with one another and kind of get you more in tune with who you are with knowing that information.
Okay, so that's a debate, right? That's
Okay.
always a debate of,
Hmm.
oh, well, like we're Capricorns, right? So
Yes.
they're like, oh, well, just because you're a certain sign doesn't mean that is true, or doesn't mean that you should go by your zodiac or whatever the case may be.
Hmm.
I don't care what anybody says. If you put a bunch of Capricorns in one room, baby, we're gonna have a lot to talk about, and it's gonna be very similar. Okay, so for all those people, I'm gonna call those people out. For all those people who say astrology is not real, I'm gonna need you to do your research
Yes,
because
baby.
yes, okay. So let's kind of break it down, right? You
Hmm.
have the moment that you're born. So the moment that you're born, you take your first breath, right? And as you
Hmm.
take that first breath, you breathe in the air or the energy
The
of
key. Right.
wherever the stars are, right?
Hmm.
It's your first
Hmm.
breath. So let's just say mine's, for example, I'm a Capricorn sun, Scorpio moon, Cancer rising, right? So
Hmm.
that's where the sun was, the moon was, the rising, the stars, all of that plays a big part into the energy that you bring into your body. That's like you harvesting that energy, right?
Right. Right.
So to break it down even more, you have the star placements, right? If you go all
Hmm.
the way back, what did the travelers use back then? They used the stars. So how do you not
Yes.
give
Yes.
reverence to the stars when that's how they
Hmm.
used to travel? So you're taking in all of that energy when you're born. So
Hmm.
your birth chart then pulls up all of the star alignments, where all the stars were, where the moon was, where the sun was in your birth chart. So
Hmm.
it may not all be true because you have levels to yourself. So,
Hmm.
but it is a good map, just like the travelers use. It's a good map to say,
Hmm.
okay, what is the energy that I embodied when I was born? And if you don't
Right.
have that same energy, you can say, is there a certain part of my life that I was in this energy and did I grow? Because it's like let's not put ourselves in a box and say, okay, well, I'm a Capricorn, I always have to be stubborn and I always have
Hmm.
to be
Have
the
to be
goat.
hard
I mean,
working.
we're
Right.
always
Right.
going to be the goat, right? But I'm just saying, just don't keep yourself boxed in because of the degrees that are in your birth chart. Those are
Hmm.
right? So what if you're like 15 degrees, right? But at the end of your lifespan, you want to at least have grown past your 15 degrees, right? And maybe
Right.
be in 24 degrees. So if you have to come back to this plane, you will be
Hmm.
more ascended than you were in the last lifetime, right?
Right.
So
Right.
that's your significance of your birth chart.
Okay.
Very important, people. You need to figure that out. Get that
Yes.
birth time.
Yes. And I always tell people too, as you said, sis, it's not really all about your rising, right? You have to look at your birth chart as a whole because as you said, when you grow, not only do you pick up other aspects from those other
Mm-hmm.
zodiac signs and from those planetaries that was aligned and from the stars, it's like every time you grow, you're picking up a piece of something else in your birth chart. Um, and so I agree with Nubiana. You guys need to find out that information. It like Nubiana says, it's not written in stone, or as they said, it
Mm-hmm.
wasn't scribed in the stars in a sense, but it gives you a better understanding of yourself, your temperament, the relationships that you have with people, the way that you accept love, the way
Mm,
that you give love. It also kind of gives you a peek into past lives and your childhood
right.
and so it's a really beautiful thing, guys. And for those of you who are maybe on this journey to find yourself or to feel more comfortable in the skin that you are in because you may feel confused about this avatar. Sometimes when you tap into the energy of your birth chart, you kind of feel more at home. You kind of feel more understood. You kind of have more
Mm,
understanding about yourself as well. So,
yes.
again, like Nubiana said, finding out the time you were born, finding out the state or the location that you were born,
Mm,
things like that. And there's plenty of websites out there that's free that can give you the information or as we always say, you can always consult with spirit, and spirit will definitely give you the full rundown of what it is that you need to know. Okay,
Right.
so good one, sis. Okay, all right. So I don't want to fully talk to you about the planetary alignments and the purpose that's happening right now, but I do want you to touch bases on um the moon cycle that we are in. I knew that we just recently went through a whole Mars in retrograde, and I know a lot of people were dealing with a lot of self-realization, self-accountability. It was a lot of inner wars that were happening at this time. So can you kind of explain the energy that was happening at that time, and kind of how it's kind of leveled out a little bit on the plane?
Mm. So we're still in Mars in retrograde. So Mars
Okay.
retrograde in Gemini.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that will be until January 20th,
Yes.
maybe.
I don't remember the exact date, but I do know that it's going to be up until January. Yes.
Right, right, right. So we all know that Mars is the god of war. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so anytime anything goes retrograde, it's going to be internalized, right?
Yes.
And then you have
Mm-hmm.
Gemini that's, I don't want to say two-faced, but it is two-faced. um, but so of course you can go back to what Gemini represents, which is short distance I'm sorry, short distance travel,
Okay.
communication, your
Mm-hmm.
siblings, how you learn. So, all of that is going to be internal. So, if you're having like any struggles with like your siblings, this would be
Mm-hmm.
a perfect time to reflect on that and see what
Mm-hmm.
the issue is and if you're able to get past that issue. I know me personally, I've had a couple of issues with my siblings here recently, and while I was sitting meditating, I was just like, look, life is too short to keep having difficulties and lack of communication with my siblings. Like, y'all are
Mm-hmm.
my blood, you know? So
Mm-hmm.
it's like,
Mm-hmm.
squash your beef, what's up? Like, let's talk.
Right. Right.
You know, so
Absolutely.
that, I mean, it gives you the space to say, okay, anything that was bothering me, let me go ahead and voice that right now. You know?
And address it as such. Right.
Right,
Right.
right. So the energies, I know during the eclipse, the energies were high. The eclipse is
Mm-hmm.
always going to shine light on, let's just go back to your birth chart, the sun and the moon, right? That's the whole
Mm-hmm.
eclipse, one going in front of the other. So
Mm-hmm.
it's going to shine light on your internals and your external, right?
Right.
And a lot of people aren't able to handle all of that energy at one time.
At
It
one
gets
time. Yeah, that's
intense.
true.
It gets
Mm-hmm.
intense. So during the eclipse, it is a really good time for you to sit and meditate, for you to take a spiritual bath, for you to
Yeah.
release any negative energy that's
Mm-hmm.
bothering you. It's a lot. It's a lot going on at one time, especially because you have that Gemini energy. And sometimes Gemini can be all over the place, right? It's
Mm-hmm.
either they
Mm-hmm.
go with the flow now. They go with the flow. I'm gonna give them props on that, right? But
Mm-hmm.
it's that I feel like it's also that internal external, right?
Yeah,
Because one
because they
minute
have a
I'm
lot of
cool.
they have a lot of high highs and they have a lot of low
Hmm.
lows.
Right.
Um, and when something is bothering Geminis, they definitely internalize it and then they kind of focus on it until it's correct instead of just releasing it and letting it go. Kind of like Capricorns a little bit.
Mm,
But being they do have those two opposites of each other, it's like it's always an imbalance, they're never
right.
balanced, um so yeah, that has been a lot of the energy that I have been feeling. Also, a lot of people have been struggling with balancing life and just balancing things as a whole as of right now. We just went through the election. You already know how that can get. So that got a
Mm.
little ugly for a little minute, okay? A lot of an
Always
imbalance,
does. Always
mental
does.
mother effort, okay? Um, so yeah, I definitely agree with you, sis. The energy was intense. I mean, it wasn't intense for me because I knew I had to do work, and so I sat my behind down and I did the work that I was supposed to have done, and so it kind of was pretty smooth for me in a sense. But I realized a lot of my clients were having a lot of issues. A lot of people I was talking to was having a lot of issues, and it's like you just need to sit down and focus on you. Stop focusing on
Mm,
everything around you. Sit and focus on you. You know, then you
right,
have the energy and the mindset to be able to focus on everything else. Um,
right.
so I did realize that. Okay. Um. Alrighty. All right, my next question, because you did just bring up the eclipse. We did just go through the eclipse and we did just go through a full moon. So, what would be your advice to the listeners right now about the current energy that's impacting um our Earth right now?
Um, my advice is just because it is retrograde time, which is
Mm-hmm.
always a time to slow down, and to rethink things,
Mm-hmm.
to reevaluate, reassess all the re's. I
Mm-hmm.
would definitely say to watch how you react to certain things. Because Mars is like the emperor, right? He's like full force ahead,
Mm-hmm.
right? And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes because it is in Gemini, we can say things that we don't really mean, or we
Mm-hmm.
can say things before we actually think about them, and then it
Yeah.
causes issues. So
Right.
I would definitely sit down and journal, meditate. Like Luna said, take time for yourself. Um,
Mm-hmm.
if there's anything that's bothering you, write it out. Like write it out and burn it. Let it go.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Or
Mm-hmm.
write to that person that you've had problems with for forever. Write a letter to them. And if you don't have the guts to say it, burn
Mm-hmm.
it.
Right.
Burn it.
It's
But
a
I
form of
would
relief.
but I would definitely get that list going, write it down, and wait till after Mars retrograde and call that person up and let them know, like, hey, I need to talk to you about this. I want to squash it. It's
Mm-hmm.
life is short.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yes, yes,
life is too short to hold grudges. So I would
absolutely
definitely do
true.
that.
Okay, great. All right. So though we are on here today, I did want to speak to you a little bit about 11/22 that's coming up too.
Okay.
Do you think that it will be the same energy? Do you think that the energy will be more intense? The energy will be more calmer? Like, what are you kinds of expecting? If well, we really can't expect anything in spirituality, right? Because spirit
Uh-uh.
give you what they want to give you, honey. Um, but what do you feel, and with your knowledge, the energy that people should be tapping into for the rest of the month, even not even just 11/22 or just for today, for the month of November as a whole, or just for the ending of this year as a whole. What would you recommend for people to focus on and put their energy into, um, and things like that, sis?
Well, now that you speak of 1122, that has been a number that I've been getting here a lot lately, is
Oh,
1122.
really?
Yes.
Okay.
So, I might need to look into that. But me personally, I think that 1122 is going to be a little bit more magnified just because
Okay.
you have those 22s and it's the highest vibrational number of the master numbers.
Okay.
So, and it's still good for manifestation, right? But I feel
Okay.
like the energy is going to be a little bit more heightened.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going to say that it's negative energy. I'm going to say, make it into your own, right? If you're focusing on
Mm-hmm.
negative energy is going to come, right?
That's right. That's right.
So, um, I would definitely, um, shoot, lost my train of thought.
It's all
But
right, sis.
I would, I'm sorry, revamp me the question again.
It's okay. Okay, so basically what I was asking you again is like,
Mhm.
what energy do you think that we're supposed to carry throughout the rest of the year? Um, to kind of keep us on a high vibrational state or to kind of keep us balanced in a sense. Like,
Okay.
what do you think that we should work on? What do you think that we should be releasing at this time? Um, as you said, I know you just said, we shouldn't hold grudges. We should release some of that energy. Um, Definitely heal some of the relationships that we've had. Let go of some of the things that no longer serve us. Like things like that, sis.
Okay. Well, seeing that right now, November is Scorpio season.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to focus on death, rebirth, transformation. That's something
Mm-hmm.
that Spirit has been giving a lot lately. Like it's time
Yes.
to let go. It's time to let something die out. So I
Right.
would be focusing on shadow work. We're going into winter time. This
Mm-hmm.
is fall, well, autumn, but it's fall. And then we're going to go into winter. So shadow work is a must. Shadow work would help
Mm-hmm.
a lot. Um, because after that we're going into spring, right? And spring starts new things.
It starts
So I
anew.
would
Right.
definitely be focused on that shadow and, triggers and trauma. I would definitely try to clear those out going into the new year. New year doesn't start
Mm-hmm.
until spring, guys. So new year, new year's resolutions, going into spring, start of something new. If there was anything
Mm-hmm.
that's bothering you from this past year, let it go. No
Okay.
longer serves you, no longer is going to
Right.
do you any good. So I would definitely be working on be working on a lot of self-love right now, self-care,
Mm-hmm.
because we are in 2022, so we're in the sixth. Next year we're going to be in the seventh.
Mm-hmm.
So again, that's ending. If you want to go just by the 23s, that's five, and that's transformation.
Right.
So I would definitely be
Okay.
focused on bringing in a new you.
Right. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. That's what I was
Hmm.
trying to get you to say. Focusing on bringing in a new you. We do not need you bringing in the energy that you had for the rest of this year into 2023. 2023 is, like Nubiana said, it's about transformation. It's about new things. It's about new growth. It's about just anything anew. Okay, anything anew, anything that's going to better you, anything that's going to motivate you, anything that's going to keep you on a high vibration, and so you'll be able to welcome in and catch the beautiful blessings that you're supposed to be catching. Okay.
Right, right.
All right, this next thing I want to give you the space to tell everybody about the services that you provide, the work that you do, and then after you do that, I want you to tell them how they can reach you and drop all your social media handles and your emails and all that good stuff. So if people may need any type of services that you may provide, they can hit you up direct.
Okay. Well, I am an astrologer in a sense. So I can go over your birth charts with you if you need help looking into that, pulling it up. All I need is your birth time, your birthplace. I also make jewelry. I do headpieces. I do waist beads. I do anything that you need on your body. I can make that for you. Um, I do. Luna, you so goofy.
You know your sister, ditzy as is. Yeah.
I do tarot readings. I do tarot and oracle readings. I do spiritual counseling. Um, I also do classes, shadow work. If you need help with that shadow work, I got you.
Mm-hmm.
um, I do classes on ancestors. We do classes on protection, on spiritual baths, on candle magic. So we do all
Mm-hmm.
that. Um, I write poetry, so I'm gonna give you a link that you can
Okay.
put down in the comment section when you post it.
Okay.
So I'm starting on that. Um,
Mm-hmm.
you guys can reach me on Facebook. My Facebook name is Nubiana Sterling. I have a business page on there. It's called Black Moon Goddess Creations. I'm on Instagram. I am Nubiana is my Instagram. Um, and I will be starting a YouTube channel here soon, so I'll link that on there. Link that on there. I think that's about
No,
it.
that's not it. You forgot you do Reiki. Nubiana is a
I
Reiki
do
healer
do
as well.
Reiki. I do
Yeah.
Reiki, yes. I do Reiki.
Nubiana is also a healer. Yes, she is.
Yes, I am a healer. I
Very
like to heal
talented
through
healer.
teaching though. I really love to heal through teaching. I do best on one-on-one, so
Hmm.
those people who are more private, um, don't feel shy to hit me up and ask me anything you guys want to know. If you need counseling, if you need help, you're stuck on your journey, you feel like you're crazy, because a lot of us feel like we're crazy when we first start
Yeah,
this.
when we
We're
first
like,
start
what
our
is
journey,
going
honey, we
on?
like, what? Oh, I'm about to sign myself away because
Yes.
something is wrong with me, child.
Mm,
Spirit, like, ain't nothing wrong with
yes.
you. This is how you supposed to be. Um,
Yes. Yes.
yes,
So,
definitely, sis. Okay. All right. So, anything else you want to tell the people while we up a point here, girl?
I would definitely say if you feel like you don't fit in, okay, um, if you feel like you're weird, if you're an outcast, you're like, nobody understands me. I don't know why I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I would definitely say to reach out to someone. Um,
Mm-hmm.
because like I said, a lot of us feel like, we're weird and we're crazy and nobody's gonna like us. We really can't talk to anybody.
Right,
But
right, right.
there's a lot more weirdos out there than you know.
Then
And
you
I'm proud
think
to be a weirdo. I call myself weird all the time, baby. I love it. I love not being like everybody else.
that's
I love
right.
being quirky. I love being goofy. I love being silly, crazy. And I love being in tune with myself. Right. And
Ashe,
sometimes
sis.
it gets hard and sometimes we get overwhelmed.
Mm-hmm.
We're not perfect just because we're spiritual and we tapped in. We're not perfect either. Things get beside us and, then we start to feel like we're crazy. But
Right,
I
right.
would definitely say to reach out to someone and talk to someone about what you're going through. Maybe somebody who is a little bit more inclined into this spirituality,
Mm-hmm.
because people tend to pass judgment sometimes. But like I said,
Absolutely.
I'm here. Luna's here. We're all here for you. If you guys need help, you need guidance, we're here.
Okay. Thank you, sister. I
You're
appreciate you
welcome.
taking the time out your schedule. I know you were tired and you just got it from work, and I know you probably just wanted to relax. But I thank
Oh.
you for taking the time and coming on your sister's podcast. I greatly appreciate you. I appreciate you educating the masses and just helping and assisting people with waking up a little bit more and just having that little bit of curiosity flowing through them. All right. I greatly appreciate you for coming on. Again, I look forward to us doing many more podcasts together because I will be hitting you up for numerology soon. So we can do that. I ain't gonna drive you crazy this year because I know
Okay,
we
okay,
gearing up,
okay.
okay? Definitely next year because I got some other people plans that's supposed to be coming on here. So definitely next year we definitely we get into numerology with you. And again, if anybody needs any work done, anybody just needs to talk, anybody may need any advice. Again, I my inbox is always open. You can always hit up Nubiana. Again, we just recently had Celestial Unique on as well as Feek Muhammad. So if you guys may need any of the services from any of the guests that I've had on the podcast, please reach out to them. Don't feel ashamed. Don't feel embarrassed. Don't feel um, like you confused in a sense. We are here to help you. Um, and
And we love
that's
it. And we
all.
love all the
And
questions. We love
we
all the
love all
questions.
the questions. We love what we do. Before we get up out of here though, I do want to tell you something. So earlier today, with the energy of today, I said, you know what? Let me go in and do some ancestral healing. And literally, I went in and I was able to do some ancestral healing with a couple of my guides and a couple of you know who's we spoke about
Mhm.
that earlier. Um and honey, I was able to heal about 1 million ancestors earlier and I feel very, very blessed. However, I did feel sad because
Yes.
it's like I healed 1 million, and I was able to cross over 1 million, but for the other ones that wasn't able to get that and was still asking for help, um as a spiritualist, it's a little hard sometimes when you're trying to go in and you're trying to heal your lineage because you can't heal everybody at one time. And
Right.
so you might feel a little guilty if you have to leave others behind, but just know that it's okay for you to just take that step back, to
Mm-hmm.
kind of gather yourself and then move forward with healing the rest of your lineage. Um, and remember, that's the goal on this spiritual journey. The spiritual journey is not about being famous. The spiritual journey is not about going viral. The spiritual journey is not about everybody knowing who you are on spirit on in the social media network.
Right.
Um, because again, the same way they have hip hop police, oh, they have spiritual police too. Trust me when I tell you that.
Yes,
Um,
they do.
so it's very important for you guys to heal your lineage. It's very important for you guys to go in and heal your ancestors because without your ancestors and without them backing you and without their protection, you are a sitting duck out here in these spiritual streets.
Yeah.
So don't get too above yourself that you forget about your ancestors. You forget about the work that needs to go in. There's never a break in spirituality. There's always work to be done. There's
Mm.
always there's always shadow work for you to do. Just so you can
Always.
elevate yourself and continue to grow. And so I say that with love and I say that with respect. Um, Continue to do what you came to do when you first started your journey, which is educate
Mm.
yourself, heal your ancestors, heal your lineage, heal yourself, so you can continue to be on a vibration and a frequency that you're supposed to be on and continue to catch these blessings that the universe is going to be throwing forth. Okay, so
Right.
I did want to give you guys that disclaimer, and I did want to say that to you guys before we get out of here. But again, Nubiana, my little Kathy sister, I love you dearly.
I
And
do want to say this, sis. I do want
okay,
to say this before we go. This just popped in
hmm
my head.
okay,
Um, so you know how you were touching base on angel numbers, right?
right,
So we get
right,
the angel numbers and we're like, okay, there's 1111, there's 222, and there's 333, right?
hmm
And sometimes we have to go and research them and figure out
research
what
the
they
numbers,
are, right?
yes,
But
hmm
sometimes that number doesn't always resonate with you at the time. You're like, that sounds about right, but I'm not sure.
hmm
So
hmm
one thing that I have found out myself is that the universe speaks in synchronicities,
that
right?
part.
So say if you catch 333 and it's 333 all day or for 3 hours, right? And you're just
hmm
like, okay, why does this keep coming up? Why do I keep seeing 333? Why do I keep seeing 333? Right? And you can't really figure it out. At the end of your day, go home, sit and ask your spirit guides, why did I keep seeing 333? Why did I keep seeing
hmm
333? Because you can get 333 and then your ear starts to ring, right? And you're like,
yes,
okay, but you're going about your day and you're so busy and you're like, oh,
hmm
I didn't catch it. I don't know why, right? Go home and meditate on that number, 333,
yes,
right?
yes,
Because
yes,
the universe could be trying to send you signs that job that you're trying to get, right? And you might think about the job and then next thing you know, 333 pops up, right? Or you
yes,
might go somewhere and 333
hmm
pops up and you're like, oh, shoot, well, that could be the place that you're supposed to get the job. That could be the place where your abundance is supposed to come in.
that's
So,
right. That's right.
yes.
And I always tell people too, I tell people when you see that number, stop and think about what you were thinking when that number popped up.
Hmm.
Because 9 times out of 10, that's the answer to whatever question you just had in your head. It's like spirit,
Right,
like, I'm gonna answer you, but are you gonna catch what I'm saying? You know?
right,
So it
right.
is up to you, it's spirit who's throwing you these numbers, but it's up to you to research them. It's up to you to tap into that energy to figure out why
Hmm.
is it that they keep showing me this number? What is it about this number that's vibrating that they trying to give it to me so much? So definitely stop, like Luliana said, and educate yourself. Educating yourself is very, very important. Like the biggest misconception about us is we don't read. Like, which is bullcrap because we are very educated people. But you
Mm.
have to keep opening these books. You have to keep educating yourself. You have to keep tapping in the spirit to get the education from them too. Like, this isn't a game.
And it helps you understand things more too,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Once you tap into that book, it could be a book for runes or tarot cards or anything else. Those symbols and those synchronicities, like sometimes the
Mhm.
universe will just talk to you in symbols, right? And
Right.
you're like, oh,
Right.
I seen the Starbucks mermaid, right? And then you seen the Starbucks, and then you seen 333. It all adds up together. So you might not get it all at one time, but
Mhm.
spirit will play a story out for you to understand.
Yes.
So
Yes.
yeah, definitely
Absolutely.
wanted to tap
Listen
on
to the
that.
story. Yes.
Yeah.
Listen to the story that spirit is telling,
Right.
honey. The spirit
Yes.
always got the tea. I'm gonna tell y'all that right now. Anybody got the tea in spirit. Okay. You just gotta sit and listen to it. All right. Okay, sis. So let's get up
Definitely.
out of here. I'll talk to you soon. I'll probably be texting you tomorrow just to drive you crazy as I normally do. Um, but again, thank you for coming on the show. I appreciate you. I will be uploading this, if not tonight, probably tomorrow, on a YouTube channel. So I'll send you the link. If you want to like share it on Facebook, because as you know, I'm on a break right now. So if you want to share that, I'll send you that so you can do so. And we'll talk soon, my love.
Thank you.
Okay. I'll talk to you later, sister.
All right.
Okay.
Bye.